Hello, Taurus. Welcome to your horoscope reading. It's your girl, Cosmic Jazz 222, and today I am back with, yes, your reading for the season of Gemini, and I guess from now to the end of June, but honestly, this might be a timeless reading. We're going to see how it goes, but I'm happy for you guys to be here. If you are returning, welcome back, Cosmic Fam. It's so good for you to be here, and for those of you guys who are just coming across my channel for the first time, hi, welcome. So, disclaimer, this is all general. This is a collective message, so not everything's going to resonate. Just take what resonates and leave what doesn't. Now, this is for anybody who has Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus in the sign of Taurus. All right? So let's get right into it. Taurus, we're going to start off with a song. We're going to see what channel song you need to know right now. All right. So what does Taurus need to know? What does Taurus need to know? So we have Let Me Calm Down by Nicki Minaj featuring J. Cole. The theme deals with disagreements. We also have Pick Up Your Feelings by Jasmine Sullivan. The theme is ultimatum. Okay, Taurus, who you Taurus, who are you telling off? Taurus, y'all funny. Okay, let me read the lyrics. Yeah, it was love at first sight, but I ain't never sweat him. I knew if it was meant to be that one day, I would let him. 20 years later, them decisions, I don't regret them. Just wish you would give me space when I already need it. To be alone in my zone when I'm really heated. Just because I'm quiet don't mean you're defeated. Oh, okay. And then we got Pick Up Your Feelings. Oh, I'm trying to find an F to give for ya. You ran out of chances of forgiving ya. Yeah, listen, I ain't listening. Just for you to go and break my heart again. I learned my lesson last time, and I ain't coming back now. This is what you had now, and I bet you I look better, don't I? Okay, so Taurus, if I can summarize all of this, you're basically telling somebody to stop being in their feelings and just get over it. It's not that deep. Yeah, okay, the phrase I'm getting is it's not that deep. Like you're telling somebody it's not that deep. Like I don't know why you're going. It's like there's somebody you might be in a disagreement with. Like you're noticing the vibes are a little bit off. There's tension. You guys are not on the same page. And someone could be really emotional at this moment. Now, this could be anybody. This could be a person you're dating, you're with romantically. This could be a friend. This could be a colleague, a family member. Did I say family member already? Friends. It's somebody that you have a close connection with. And I'm getting like when someone is like, I guess, disagreeing with you or you're noticing, hey, you need some time alone, you go quiet. But it's not because you are ghosting that person or, you don't care for them. You need time to decompress. You need time alone to get yourself stabilized, especially if there was a heated argument. So I'm seeing during Gemini season, there might be somebody you're disagreeing with and it's like you're telling them, hey, it's not that deep. Like, I wasn't trying to get at you. I wasn't trying to poke fun at you. Like, I'm definitely getting a disagreement and miscommunication, misunderstanding. Those words are being highlighted. Okay. But there's also an energy of you walking away and someone regretting how they acted or regretting how they reacted towards you. And that's why I keep getting like, you need to calm down or I'm not going to be, if we can't have a mature conversation, then I'm out. Like, I'm not dealing with that. So that's the vibe I'm getting for you, Taurus. Okay. Now you telling somebody to get over it. That's funny. Okay. Yeah, someone gets triggered by what you say. And it's like, well, if you got triggered, then that's on you. That ain't got nothing to do with me. Okay, Taurus. Let's see. What do you need to know for Gemini season? We got 7 of Wands. Yeah, I'm getting a little bit of combative. Like someone's combative, very defensive. Let's see. We have the Knight of Cups. We also have the Sun, which is good. We have the Lovers. Yeah, so this could be somebody you are in a romantic connection with. Or this could be somebody, you view as like family or a friend, a bestie. That's what I'm getting with this because the Lovers can deal with any type of connection, quite honestly. Shoot, it can be somebody you're in a business partnership with. That could be what this is, a collaboration. But anyways, the devil. Okay. Yeah. There's a little bit of a toxicity here. There's a little bit of toxicness. There's a little bit of negativity. Just a little bit. Just a tad bit. Just a little tad bit. And yes, there are some words being exchanged that are a little bit feisty. Okay. And then we got the Three of Pentacles. Taurus, this could be, I mean, honestly, this could be dealing with work. Because the over energy is the Three of Pentacles. That deals with work, school, academics, environments where you have to collaborate. So if it's not work, it can be like a project you're a part of. This could be through volunteering. This could be hobbies. Wherever you have to collaborate with other people, I'm feeling like that's the person you might be like in a disagreement with. Okay, so anyways, let's get into your reading. Seven of Wands, Knight of Cups, the Lovers, the Devil, and then the Princess of Wands. I am seeing Gemini energy being highlighted with the Lovers. I'm also seeing Capricorn energy being highlighted with the Devil. Now, the interesting thing about this, with the Lovers here, there is someone you are connected to. I don't think this is somebody you view as an enemy. Like, this is somebody you do care for to a certain extent. You admire certain things within this person. They admire things within you. But I'm seeing someone here becoming defensive and very emotional by something you say. And I'm going to see what this is pertaining to. But the Seven of Wands is somebody who wants to prove themselves. Like, no, I'm not this type of person. Or I didn't like what you said. I'm actually this way. You know, I'm hearing correction. Like, someone is correcting the other person. And then the Knight of Cups. I do feel like, I mean, this doesn't feel too serious, but it's almost petty. It's almost like, this is so immature. Like, we didn't have to argue about this, you know? The Knight of Cups does speak of emotional understanding and maturity, so I really like that. And the Lovers is all about coming together. But I'm getting with the Devil and the Princess of Wands, this situation is supposed to highlight a pattern either within you or within the person you're dealing with, or maybe a grander scheme, something that is bigger than the both of you. There is a spotlight on how you speak to other people, ways in which you communicate. I think the best way to describe it, Taurus, and I don't feel like this is calling you out or calling the other person out, but just so you know, sometimes you have to be very mindful about what you say, because sometimes the things you say might trigger the other person. And again, you might be thinking, well, that isn't my problem. That's totally valid. But I don't know, I'm just getting this weird vibe, like, you know, how do I describe it? I really don't want to make this like fun. It's like, you know, it's like, you know, somebody's weakness, or you know how to push somebody's button, so you purposely like test them. I'm seeing a test, like you're testing somebody and they get pissed off. And then I'm seeing you know, acting like it's not that deep, but it's not that deep. I don't know. It's like you're testing someone's loyalty, or you're testing how they feel about you, because you want to know, like, are they legit or not. And I feel like, you know, this is a good person, but it's like maybe you've dealt with negative like experiences with other people, especially with the Lovers and Devil. These are two opposite energies. They show similar imagery, but they're opposites. The Lovers is like Adam and Eve, right? And in the original tarot, the Lover shows Adam and Eve, and there's an angel overlooking the connection. But in the Devil, it's basically two people, basically a couple chained to this Baphomet looking figure, which is the devil. That's negativity. That's seven deadly sins. That's everything that traps us. So you're looking at freedom and entrapment. So I'm wondering if there's a pattern you're noticing in somebody, and you're like testing them to see if, I guess, to confirm to you that's how they are. I don't know. I'm getting this very interesting scenario here, but let's see. Clarify the Seven of Wands. What is this? Or maybe it's the opposite. It's vice versa. Maybe someone's testing you, and you get really upset. We got the Two of Wands. Yeah, I'm seeing friction between you and another person. And then the Four of Swords is all about meditating, thinking, planning. Okay. Clarify the Knight of Cups. The Magician. Yeah, I'm seeing communication. I'm also seeing an apology in this. So I don't know how the time frame is going to be, but there is an apology. Someone here is going to be communicating maturely. However, I think at first it's going to be a little bit tense. Clarify the Lovers. The Tower. Okay, so at the center of this reading is a major decision. So I really feel like the connection between you and another person is going to go through a bit of a change during Gemini season. And I think how you guys resolve this or how it ends is going to shape the connection moving forward. But why is there like a shift? Like I've seen somebody shaking the table. It's like what is this? It's almost, I don't want to say it's petty, but it's like it's coming off as petty. Clarify the Devil. What is this? Eight of Cups. Emotional detachment. And then the Queen of Swords. Clarify the Page of Wands. Three of Swords. Yeah, it's like, that's interesting. So, Taurus, I don't know if I'm making sense, but I do. Okay, so this is how I'm seeing it. I'm seeing a situation where there may be some tension between you and another person. Maybe someone says something the wrong way and the other person feels a type of way, but I do see it being resolved. However, that's like the first red flag. Or maybe this is like many of red flags you've seen before, but this one stood out the most to you. Okay, and it's made you think like, okay, what do they mean by that? You know, it's making you look at them a different way. That's what I'm seeing with the Seven of Wands, feeling like you have to prove yourself, feeling like, you know, you're defensive. And the Knight of Cups is like, oh no, I didn't mean it that way. With the Magician. Okay, there's a mutual understanding, but then the Lovers is here, which, yes, it speaks of a connection, but it also speaks of a major decision that is made, and that's being clarified by the Tower. Someone is going to end up doing or saying something that you're not going to like, and I'm seeing you test them. I feel like as a result of you testing them to see, you know, who they really are, because there's someone you're seeing in a different light. Yeah, it's like, you know, Gemini has two sides, right? So it's like usually you see them as like pink, oh, lovey-dovey, this and that. But then you're going to see another side to them by this first situation. And like they're showing up more mysterious, like hiding secrets. And you're going to be looking at them a little bit with the side eye. And then for you to test them, to confirm your suspicions, I see a Tower moment. Like I see you shaking the table purposely. Taurus, you're purposely, it's like you're purposely testing someone, but then you end up receiving confirmation about who they are. And that's why I see the Devil here. Okay, we have the Ten of Pentacles. It's like the mask gets stripped off. Ten of Pentacles, Eight of Cups, detachment, and then the Queen of Swords. This is somebody who's very slick with their words. So it's almost like either you say something or they say something, and the true version of them gets revealed. So that's why I see somebody like detaching. Like if you're not going to have a mature conversation with me, or if this is how you really are, you're not going to hear from me ever again. So you could be choosing to block someone off during Gemini season because you don't want this energy around you. And then the Page of Wands, which is communication or going towards a new direction, is being clarified by the Three of Swords, which is heartbreak. So I'm seeing like there is a connection that's being tested right now. This could be romantic, sure. This could be a friend, but I also feel like this could be dealing with someone you are collaborating with. And because I'm seeing the Ten of Pentacles, maybe you're like rethinking if you want them to be like a business partner or someone who you are collaborating with on a project. It's like, if you're going to be that way, then this project is not going to succeed. It's going to be a bad investment on my end and your end. So you could be even figuring out if you want to proceed with this person to collaborate, you know, especially if there's money involved. Girl, Ten of Swords. Okay. Taurus. And the one thing about you, Taurus, if money or your sense of security is being challenged by somebody because they want to be immature, yeah, you definitely will be quick to disconnect. Ain't nobody gonna mess with your stability, you know? Yeah, look, I just split the deck. We got the Five of Swords. I'm seeing combat. Somebody is like very defensive, gets very defensive, and is at work. I'm seeing dealing with other people in the same industry as you. Girl, this could be a coworker, honestly. This could be a coworker or a colleague. If not, someone in the same community as you. They are showing up as like a feminine energy, but I mean, that could be because of the strong emotions I'm seeing behind it. Anyways, let me see what you need to know. We got alchemy, ancestors, ancestor guides. Divine masculine, negotiator. Shadow side, yeah, there it is. There it is. Okay, let's do one more. Let's do another one. So I would say if you are getting intuitive hits and downloads about another person, that's your ancestors kind of whispering in your ear, like, hey, make sure you keep an eye on this person. We have divine masculine. You could resonate as a divine masculine, Taurus, or this is highlighting that side of you, your masculine side. And this is being clarified by self-worth and expectation. So I see you in control. I see you being the one controlling the situation and maneuvering yourself accordingly. That's why I keep saying you're the one who's testing another person, and you end up receiving confirmation. Interesting. So we got the divine masculine and then a shadow masculine. Wow. Okay. Doesn't matter who you identify as, like what you identify as. There's someone who is more mature in this situation, who knows themselves, who are very confident. And there's another person who wants to hide, like they hide themselves, they're operating from a lower frequency. So I think that's why you're testing this person, because it's like, are we on the same page? If it's with this collaboration project, are we on the same page? If it's love, are we on the same page? Do we want the same thing? Are you going to respect me? Are you authentic? Are you being upfront with me? If it's a friend, same thing. I do see, again, there's going to be a moment of negotiation, bargaining and begging, but you're going to be guarded at this point because you're starting to see someone's mask falling down. And you don't like what you're seeing. You don't like, but all this happens for a reason. Someone gets revealed for a reason. It could be to protect the future, protect your legacy, protect your own sense of stability. That's why I'm seeing with family and home and commitment, you know, you don't want to involve somebody into personal matters, especially anything dealing with home, family, stability, financial legacy. You don't want to involve somebody who is immature or who can't meet you halfway. So that's what I'm seeing with you. And then we got history. Past happened. I feel like there's a pattern you're finally realizing, but it's just this situation, you know, the first situation I picked up on is going to highlight this the most to you. And your ancestors may have been whispering like, hey, this person is not who you think they are. Yeah, you see how this masculine is covered up? Like he has a hood over his head. You don't even know what he looks like. And he's clarifying the dark night, the shadow side. While we also have the divine masculine, the light. So I'm seeing polar opposites here. Maybe somebody was presenting themselves as this divine being, for example. Let's say we're speaking spiritually. Someone's presenting themselves as a being of light. Oh, love and light, peace and love, all of that good stuff. But then a conversation happens, someone gets triggered, and then their shadow self comes out. The shadow self that was not healed, that has not been addressed yet within themselves. So that's what I'm getting with this. Taurus, now you end up pulling and dragging the shadow side out of somebody. That is crazy. But like I said, you know, what's done in the shadow comes to the light. Whatever's hidden comes to light, whatever the saying goes. Okay, so that's what you're dealing with. That's interesting. So I guess be prepared for this. if I can give you an advice, Taurus, is to pay attention. Pay attention to who you're dealing with, and how you feel about this in the end will determine the outcome. You know, if you want to continue to work with this person, that's totally up to you. If you want to disconnect because you're like, I don't trust this, I'm not going to put myself through no ringer, that's up to you as well. I just saw 2020. Yeah, it's like you're seeing somebody in 2020 vision. Like you have 2020 vision. You're seeing them for who they are. Like you catch them in 4K doing something you don't like. Okay. All right. Let me pull from my ratchet deck real quick. Let me do that real quick. Okay, what does Taurus need to know? Wow, this is technically the Judgment in my deck. So it's revelation and truth. You see how there's opposites? It's like 1 minute this person is like a being of light, but then they show up as like a shadow figure. It's weird. Like the sun and the moon. You and this person are opposites in some way, but what I'm saying is the true self is getting revealed. You're going to see them. If you've been having inklings, you're going to receive major confirmation, like catching this person doing something in 4K. Higher vibration. What you can do in the meantime is continue to move through love, move through compassion, but make sure you have spiritual discernment. Just because somebody can present themselves one way doesn't mean that's how they truly are. Yeah, and I'm getting with financial restrictions and trauma, you don't want this person to mess up your bag, essentially. I feel like you and this person could be collaborating in some way. Like there's money involved, or stability is a focus here, focal point. The op. Yeah, look at that. The snake. That's what's being revealed. We have longing, I miss you. And then we have entrepreneur, building your empire. That's what you're doing, Taurus. You're building your empire. But you got to make sure whoever you are aligning yourself with is not going to cause the demise of that. The over energy is financial stability. So I feel like no matter what happens, you are protected. Your ancestors are with you. And this says your money is looking sweet. So I feel like you're on the right path no matter what. Things will work out for you. But I think because you're moving in such a beautiful direction, any snakes in the camp is going to get exposed. And I do feel like I see you separating from not only this one person, it could be multiple people, but you're separating from them, like giving them an ultimatum. And I do see them eventually trying to negotiate with you to like get you back on to get back on your good side. But at the same time, you learned your lessons. Like, I'm not going to trust you. Like, I forgive you, but I'm not going to trust you. Again, you're moving through love. You're moving through forgiveness. Let me see. What's the underlying energy? They a smooth operator. They're good with their words, good with how they present themselves, but are they trustworthy? That's the real question. Yeah, I keep saying you will be financially stable, so no worries, Taurus. I just pulled another card. We have family feud. It'd be your own family. So this could be literally a family member. And that would make sense with why money and home is being highlighted. But you're seeing past the veil. This is the high priest. You're seeing past all the illusion. Even if it's your own blood, your own flesh and blood, you're going to see past the shadow. You're going to see them. Let me see. Anything else Taurus needs to know? Taurus, you're psychic. If you know something, if you know, you know. That's literally the vibe of the reading. If you know, you know. Let me figure out your title. I think don't take it seriously. If you know, you know. Probably one of those. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Anyways, I hope that resonated, Taurus. Move wisely. Move strategically. Trust your intuition. Trust your psychic abilities because you're psychic or whatever. And the snakes are going to be exposed. That they will. They will be. And you'll be good at the end. This is all for your own divine protection. So with that being said, I'll see you guys later. Bye.